example for us, and so you can know what it means by naked. We got to keep our garments. We got to stay in order. We got to continue to fulfill our duties as prophets. Okay? We got to continuously be on fire for the word. Okay?
Who's Adam and Eve was naked?
Yeah, this is the exact scripture that prove Adam and Eve weren't naked, or the people during that time they weren't physically actual naked, and they did have clothes. Being naked either means that they sinned or they were lacking certain aspects of the truth. That's what being naked means in the scriptures.
Yeah, if I may add on to something, basically it's when the scriptures talk about how Esau make bear the leg, and he shall make thee naked, meaning he's going to expose the so-called white man. So being naked is basically being exposed, you know?
Oh, yes, there you go.
You know? Not exposed as in your physical parts, you know, but your spiritual, you know, the way your mind works, the way you think, the way you carry and conduct yourself, you know? Your mannerisms, you know, comes to the light.
Man made manifest.
Yeah.
So continue. Where we at? We are at? We're back to
That's one out. 1 Corinthians 8.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians.
Yep. This is 1 Corinthians 8 and 1. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know.
Yet as he ought to know. Okay? Meaning that brings the scripture called the humbleness, because of all the knowledge that we all have in mind, of all the men that are in the truth, we should actually know. Okay? Read that again. Man knows.
It says, and if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know.
Yet as he ought to know. So the knowledge that we have, that's the knowledge that the Lord revealed to us. That's the grace the Lord gave us. Okay? The scripture says that in James, he gives more grace to the humble. Okay? Get that. You bring it out. I heard you bring it out a couple times. All right. The 4th chapter? James?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Give grace to the humble. And the humble, damn sure, is an Esau, some of a white man. Okay, the humble of the elected Israel. Alright, give me the idols, give me go back, that's what I'm going to read.
James 4 and 6. But he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble.
That proves that the so-called white man can't be delivered, can't be saved, that he's not the child of God, or son of God. Alright? Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil according to the Bible. There's no forgiveness for him. Idols.
It says, verse 3, but if any man love the Most High, the same is known of him. As concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world.
Yeah, and you offer things in the idols when you pay your tithes in the so-called church. Okay, when you agree with that doctrine, you're sacrificing to it. You join into a harlot. You get that too.
It says, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and there is none other power but one. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many, but to us there is but one power, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, by whom are all things, and we by him.
That's good. Now he said one Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, and that one Lord is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, okay? Which is so-called black man according to the Bible. Okay? Not church and bullshit, so-called white man. Alright? It's clearly evident that the Lord is a man of color. Okay? Our ancestor. Okay? You can call him a father, because it tells you that in Isaiah 11th chapter, from the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Okay? Because he created the old spirits. Okay? So he is a father, but he's not the father. Alright? Give me Romans 6:19. Matter of fact, give me again, Romans 6:19. Then go back to this Romans. Romans, go ahead.
Romans 6:19. I spake after the manner of men because of the of your flesh. For as ye have yielded your members servants to uncleanness,
And man, he evades himself when he talks, right?
and to iniquity unto iniquity, even so now yield your members servant to righteousness unto holiness.
Yeah, so as much as you were being wicked, let's keep reading. As much as you was being wicked, you gotta be that much more righteous and then some. Okay? Scripture say seek the Lord 10 times more when you're coming back to him. When you're coming back to the Yahweh Shemel Shah, you gotta seek him 10 times more. The only people that were once aligned with Yahweh Shemel Shah were the Israelites. The other nations, they were never with Yahweh Shah, Yahweh. They never agreed to keep the commandments when the mountain was on fire in Horeb, over there in Mount Sinai, alright? But, verse 20.
But when ye were servants of sin, ye were free from righteousness.
Yeah, look. All the nations are servants of sin. Because they tell you that you don't have to keep the commandments. So they're still servants of sin. What?
What fruit have ye then in those things whereof ye are now ashamed? For the end of those things is death. But now being made free from sin and become servants to the Most High, ye have your fruit unto holiness and the end everlasting life.
Being free from sin. Read that again. To holiness.
Verse 22. But now being made free from sin,
Yeah, we're made free from sin by the blood of Yahweh Shah. Okay? That's how we're made free from sin. Now, so long as we continue in His commandments, we're free from sin. Okay? When we go off from following the commandments of the Lord, that's when the Lord can take the blood away from us. What?
and become servants to the Most High, ye have your fruits unto holiness and the end everlasting life.
Sons of holiness. Somebody look at the word holiness for me. What verse you want?
Romans 6 and 23.
I want you to keep reading. Somebody else look it up.
Got it.
Continue reading.
For the wages of sin is death.
The wages of sin is death. Okay? 1 John 3 and 4.
This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 4.
You said the wages of sin is death, meaning what you're going to be paid with if you continue to be a sinner. Okay? Which is breaking the commandments according to the scriptures. That's what sin is. Okay? Especially when you know when you can do it. What scripture says that he that knoweth to do good and doeth it not is counted as sin unto him? What scripture is that?
James 4:17.
Alright, you need to get that.
James
You need to get that. Alright?
The last verse.
You need to get